All right. The bullet train. Okay. This caught my attention because, in my opinion, the California bullet train is an epic boondoggle. It's amazing how this whole thing has been going and how unaccountable it is. But apparently, um, this coming Sunday is the 15th anniversary of the deceit that cleared way for the bullet train fiasco. And this is a an op-ed that was in the San Diego Union Tribune. So yeah, all of their editors, all of their opinion writers, they kind of get together as a panel and they come up with this piece. And according to the UT, they said for years, the California's bullet train project has constantly delayed construction. Its chronic cost overruns and its laughable claims of strong management have led to well-earned scorn. They called it one of the worst fiascos in public works history in America. Because it's true. I mean, because they passed this initial bill in 2008. Remember Prop 1A, and that's what it was. And 53% of voters backed Prop 1A. And there's this promise. We're going to get a bullet train that's going to take us from LA to San Francisco in a few hours, and it's going to extend to San Diego. We'll probably end up going to Vegas, and we're going to be able to not have to take airplanes. We'll be able to get anywhere we want in California in just a few hours. It'll be great. But has that materialized? I mean, Prop 1A passed in 2008. It's been 15 years. There's no bullet train functioning everywhere. In fact, as far as I know, I don't think they've laid any track. I've driven up Highway 5 and up 99, and there are parts of it you'll see the infrastructure, the concrete overpasses, and it's generally right there in the middle of the Central Valley. I don't know, is it going to go from Modesto to Fresno? It's something like that. But no one's using it yet. I mean, they've already exceeded their budget, and it's just costing more and more money. But one of the challenges they're having is that they're trying to get more private investment into this. But there was a provision in Prop 1A, which is terrific, that said taxpayer subsidies of the bullet train are banned if costs exceed revenues. Thank God they did that, because almost all mass transit requires subsidies. Like I say, I believe in paying for what you use and not being forced to pay for what you don't use. Well, mass transit typically always operates at a deficit. The riders that use that don't fully fund the total cost of it. And so they have to dip into taxpayer dollars to subsidize it. Well, apparently that was taken off the table in the Prop 1A plan. I didn't know that. And that's part of the reason why they're struggling to build this, because they're struggling to get funds. But it's been 15 years. And they've had to increase the spending on this. They've passed these bonds. 53% passed it, making the other 47% pay for something that they don't want. And then imagine even if they ever finally got a way to get a bullet train from San Francisco to LA. Well, first of all, it wouldn't go from downtown San Francisco to downtown LA. It would probably go like from Santa Clarita, Magic Mountain, or somewhere else in the LA basin to maybe Livermore, maybe Gilroy or San Jose, because then you would just transfer and get on BART, or you would take some other public transit. And so while you might be able to get from one endpoint of the bullet train to the other endpoint in a few hours, assuming this utopian vision is accurate, and it'll, be screaming by at 200 and something miles an hour, you're still going to have to transfer to other public transportation. And by the time you make it into downtown San Francisco, it's going to be way longer than taking an airplane flight, even with the added on taxi drives on the bookends of that airplane flight. And then, by the way, how are they going to do it? I mean, because are they going to build the bullet train to go over the Grapevine? I don't think they will. My hunch is it's going to go through the high desert. Like, they'll probably come as far south as Bakersfield, and then they'll go out by Tehachapi, and then maybe down by Victorville, and then come down the mountain there into San Bernardino. That might be a more achievable goal, because there's already rail lines there too. But it may be more achievable than taking it over the Grapevine. So there's still so many unanswered questions about this. But we're still paying for it, and it's the bullet train. I mean, what do you think of that? Um, I was against it then. I'm still against it. I just think this is nuts, and it's also this constant romance with trains. I don't get it. Soon when these self-driving EVs become more efficient, you'll be able to flag one of those and be able to drive up to San Francisco and be in a car that can travel much faster, much safer than a human driver. You'll certainly be able to fly and do it more efficiently. But, besides the bullet train, they talk also about the Hyperloop. Um, that's Elon Musk's Boring Company. That's another proposed idea. Okay, let's move on.